This is Newcap News with Nerman Isak.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. A 37-year-old truck driver is dead following a rollover near Elk Point. RCMP say it happened last night around 8:45 on Moose Hills Road, about 2 kilometers east of Highway 41, just north of the community. Police say the driver of a large double-axle water truck lost control, hit the ditch and rolled. He was ejected from the vehicle. RCMP say alcohol is being considered as a factor in the crash. The victim's name is not being released at this time. Well, officials are reminding residents to properly dispose of their old medications to make sure they don't fall into the hands of someone who may abuse them. As Anna Stanislaw explains in this week's Healthy Living, Prairie North Health Region is kicking off its medication roundup campaign this weekend.
Like that. And so this is a strip. So now if I had pricked my finger, that's blood, so it's contaminated.
From diabetic testing supplies like lancets and blood testing strips to old and unfinished medications, pharmacist Tim Hines says properly disposing them will ensure everyone's safety.
Less risk of a younger family member accidentally using it, or you yourself using it by accident, not realizing or forgetting that the dose has changed.
Individuals are encouraged to gather these medications and materials and return it to your local pharmacy.
It's important when they're returned that they're returned in appropriate containers. The pill bottles and things like that can just come back on their own. We'll have baskets and boxes that they can come back and have them take them back to whatever their own pharmacy is.
Pharmacies are the collecting depot for the medication roundup, which they then send to disposal companies. Hines adds not to throw it in the garbage or flush old pills down the toilet.
What happens when you flush them down the toilet, or if you just throw them in with your regular garbage, is all of that medication eventually ends up in the ground and then in the groundwater. So we don't know the impact of having all these medications in the groundwater, so we incinerate them.
Returning your medical items are at no cost other than purchasing the appropriate container for injectables.
These are unique lids. Once they've been sealed, they can't be reopened.
One of the most common mistakes Hines sees patients do is bring back used needles in old jars or Cheese Whiz containers, possibly exposing the people handling them to contaminated blood.
Because then the jar can break, it's made of glass, and now there's a whole bunch of needles and sharps floating around with a bunch of glass to boot. The next time you're in the pharmacy, so the sooner the better, just bring it back and return it.
The campaign runs until November 30th. Anna Stanislaw, Newcap News.
With Halloween just a night away, kids are getting ready to show off their costumes and load up on candy. RCMP would like to remind parents to talk to their children about how to keep safe tomorrow night.
Have a safe evening. Make sure, little ones, that you travel with a buddy system, and make sure that your costume is bright colored or has reflective taping on it.
Homeowners who have set up decorations outside are also asked to make sure that children can get around safely.
Make sure that your pathways to your house are well lit and free of obstructions, that type of thing. And I know there'll be some household residents out there that have decorate their yard, and that's fantastic. And if the lighting doesn't lend itself to your theme, of course, make sure that the pathways are easy to see and they're free of obstructions.
Parents are also reminded to go through their children's candy and to throw out any unwrapped or suspicious treats. Meanwhile, the Lloydminster Rotary Club and the Border City Rotary Club are teaming up to bring the community a new way to celebrate Halloween. The two clubs are hosting a Halloween family fun night. This is the first year for the event, and the Rotary clubs felt Lloydminster needed another option.
The bouncy houses, the Velcro sticky wall, the inflatable obstacle courses. I think there is a craft to be made. Of course, candy, sumo suit wrestling also, and I think a rock climbing wall will be here as well.
As this is the first year of the fun night, organizers are not sure what to expect for a turnout.
I just want people to come and enjoy and get the word of Rotary out there. We are a club that offers community service like this, and so we want to promote our club and also offer a safe and fun environment for our kids here.
The fun night will take place at the Servus Sports Centre from 5 p.m. until 9 p.m. and it is free of charge. Well, parents who have their kids enrolled at College Park School will have to wait at least another month until they can see them in the classroom. The opening date has been pushed even further. Originally expected to be open in September, the school first announced that due to construction, well, they wouldn't be open until November. But now officials say that the real opening, unfortunately, won't be happening until December.
I think everything has continued to move as we thought it would. Just like probably any other homeowner or business owner in town that's built within the last couple of years, not at the pace that we would have liked it to have moved.
But Robinson says most of the construction is complete. The school just needs to go through a final commissioning.
That's set for early November, and once that part is cleared, we can get occupancy of the building and look at moving in early December. So we're very close and excited about it. We're just not quite there yet.
More than 560 students are enrolled at College Park. Well, as we told you about over the past few weeks, Jack Kemp School won more than $10,000 worth of books thanks to an online national contest held by Indigo. And well, today the books arrived. Students were pumped this morning as they got their first look at the newly donated books.
It's amazing having all the new books in our library and winning the Adopt a School.
They're so excited. They're already anticipating which ones they're going to sign up first and second and third, and it'll take us forever to get to the bottom of the book.
Jack Kemp School was the top school in Saskatchewan, beating the closest competition by nearly 1,000 votes.